Support for Street Rotting American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to making vehicles last longer and perform better in the meantime. In shops all over the world, BG Products serves the driving public with innovative products and proven programs of automotive maintenance. More information can be found at bgfindashop.com.
I've heard of sour cream, sour milk, but sour gas? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today on Street Rotting Garage. And with me today, we have our fuel expert, Ralph Compton from BG Products. Ralph, thanks for joining us today. I hear about sour gas every once in a while, but please explain that to me and tell me it's not a personal problem.
No, it's not personal.
Okay.
Gasoline has a shelf life of between 60 and 90 days. And from the time it's produced to the time it might hit your tank could be 30 days or more. So really there's just a short period of time. So you may end up with gasoline that won't start. The other thing that happens, here's a good example right here. This was clear as water a couple of years ago. That change in color is what in the laboratory we call existent gums. And what's built up on the walls and fallen out on the bottom here are what are called adherent gums. And that's the kind of stuff we see on carburetor plates, on throttle plates in injected vehicles.
So you're saying after 60 and 90 days, that gas sitting in the gas tank doing nothing will turn to this?
Exactly.
And the first time in spring, when I first starting that thing, it starts chugging along and not giving me the combustion I want.
Same story with standby generators, all of your stuff that's out in the garden shed.
So what are all the side effects of sour gas?
Well, buildup of deposits that are going to affect the volumetric efficiency of the engine, whether it's gummy stuff, and actually you can have that gum up a throttle plate where it doesn't want to act properly. Fuel lines can be filled with this stuff. It's not volatile, doesn't want to start. In the combustion chamber, it can build up carbon. This stuff doesn't want to burn, so it's going to end up being carbon in the combustion chamber, which is going to change your volumetric efficiency.
So you're telling me the side effects of sour gas is rough idle, deposits, hard starting. Is there anything more I should be looking for?
Well, you can smell it. Sometimes that's where the sour comes from. Sometimes as it's burning the fuel, it smells funny, and then the other thing would be really poor emissions. If you had that and then say you're in an attainment state like California and you took it down to have it smogged and it wouldn't pass, that might be it right there.
So now how do I fight sour gas?
Not have gasoline in it. Or there are products that, there are shelves at discount stores full of stuff that all it's got is a label on it. There's nothing that works in it.
Right.
There are products that work. And then there are products that work even better. This one that we have called CF5 not only has a fuel stabilizer, it has a detergent. So it can reverse that trend, clean some of that stuff up. And then also, importantly, it has a corrosion inhibitor, which will coat things for, probably 8 to 10 months. Almost all fuel has ethanol or some type of an oxygenated alcohol in it. When you have that, it pulls water. It's hygroscopic. When you have water, you have corrosion. So there's an element in there that fights that. So you got three things. You got fuel stability, you got detergency, and you've got corrosion inhibition.
So you have the whole package in this one item here.
Right.
Okay, so now that's one way to fight it. But what about if it catches me off guard? I didn't even think about putting anything in it when I went to store my truck, for my truck, and I go out and start again, and all of a sudden now I get this rough idle happening. How do I correct that?
Well, just from the fuel side, there's other stuff happening in your engine, up in the intake, and things affecting things above where fuel comes into the engine, like your EGR, PCV. So really, to correct that, we need to talk about a comprehensive fuel and air system cleaning, which, is that the next show?
That might be the show. Matter of fact, I think that's a good tease for our next show. So, Ralph, I thank you so much for being at Street Rotting Garage. But don't be teased by sour gas. If you want more information, you can visit bgfindashop.com.